Most gardens in America are going to look like a crisp, yellow desert by the end of next month. And honestly, it's not because people are lazy or because their seeds are bad. June is coming, and the traditional advice we've all been fed is a complete trap. While other plots bake under the sun, these 40 vegetable varieties, like solar fire tomatoes and Clemson Spineless okra, can actually thrive even through the brutal summer furnace. You don't need expensive commercial farm equipment or crazy shading systems. It all comes down to one simple, incredibly smart watering trick. Something that keeps your plants perfectly hydrated right when the thermometer hits its peak. Let's talk about how you can set this up tomorrow morning. I'll be the first to admit it. I used to learn this the hard way. A few seasons back, I walked out to my garden at 2 in the afternoon on a scorching June day. My squash leaves were limp, looking like wet rags. I panicked. I dragged the hose out and absolutely flooded the bed, thinking I was saving their lives. By Friday, the whole bed was black, mushy, completely dead. Here is what's actually happening. Most big box gardening advice is designed for simplicity, not extreme summer heat. They tell you to just water deeply once a day. But when a real June heat wave hits, your plant's internal plumbing goes into emergency mode. You see those leaves wilt in the afternoon, and your instinct is to pour more water on top. That walks you straight into a deadly trap. If you are underwater, the plant's internal delivery system stalls. Nutrients simply cannot move from the soil into the fruit. That heartbreaking, black, leathery rot you see on the bottom of your tomatoes, that's blossom end rot. It happens even if your soil is packed with calcium, because the heat wave just shut down the delivery truck. Then you panic, you dump a tidal wave of water on them. And that triggers the second trap: you suffocate the roots. Healthy soil needs to breathe. It must have air pockets. When you flood a hot garden bed, you choke out all the oxygen and the roots literally start to drown. Within 48 hours, they turn black, rot sets in, and the plant starts dying from the bottom up. You think you're helping, but you're actually cutting off their oxygen. Once you know how to group your crops and use one simple metric, the whole game changes. To beat the heat, we first need to look at our 40 heat-loving varieties. Instead of memorizing a massive scientific list, just think of them in 3 simple groups based on how much they actually like to drink. Group 1 is the high-demand canopy. These are the heavy drinkers. My absolute top pick here is the solar fire tomato. It's explicitly bred to set fruit in intense heat waves where standard tomatoes drop their blossoms. Pair that with summer dance cucumbers and ambrosia muskmelons. The full list of 14 varieties is on your screen right now if you want to screenshot it. Next is Group 2, the medium demand canopy. These are your steady, tough summer nightshades. Your best beginner choices here are Paladin bell peppers and Tam mild jalapenos. They can take an absolute beating from the sun. We also throw epic eggplants and the legendary Seminole pumpkin into this tier. Group 3 is the low-demand ground warriors. These things are absolute tanks. Clemson Spineless okra, Southern black-eyed peas, and Covington sweet potatoes. They take the absolute worst June heat like a champ and ask for almost nothing in return. So, how do we keep all 40 thriving without drowning them? This is the smart trick. We stop watering by the clock or by our gut feeling. We start watering based on something called VWC, Volumetric Water Content. Don't worry about the fancy name. It just means the actual percentage of moisture sitting right around your roots. You do not need commercial farm gear for this. Even a cheap, basic soil moisture probe from your local store is enough to see a massive difference. You want to check your moisture at 2 depths, 4 inches down to see what's drying out, and 8 inches down as your safety net. If you have sandy soil, you want to water when that top area drops to around 13%. If you have good, rich loam, your target is about 22%. When you hit that number, you don't dump all the water at once. You split it into 3 short pulses. Your main watering happens pre-dawn, around 4:30 in the morning, so the soil drinks before the sun comes up to steal it. Then, you program a quick 8-minute sip in the late morning, followed by a tiny 5-minute rescue pulse in the mid-afternoon. By splitting the cycle, the moisture stays perfectly steady all day long. The roots never go dry, calcium keeps moving, and blossom and rot never starts. And because the pulses are short, the soil never gets waterlogged. Your roots can always breathe. To make this completely foolproof, just arrange these crops into a 3-canopy layout. Plant your tallest crops, like the okra and trellised tomatoes, on the far north side of your bed. They act like a giant green wall, catching the hot afternoon winds and shading the rest of the bed. Put your peppers in the middle row, and let your sweet potatoes cover the south shoulder like a living mulch. At that point, the whole bed starts helping itself stay up to 10 degrees cooler. Setting up a system like this doesn't have to feel complicated. It's just about stepping away from the old guesswork and listening to what your soil is actually telling you. Tomorrow morning, check your soil type, grab a basic moisture probe, and adjust your timer to split your daily watering into those quick daytime sips. While the traditional plots around your neighborhood start to turn yellow and crisp next month, your little backyard ecosystem is going to stay lush, green, and completely loaded with fresh food. You've absolutely got this. And look, if your tomatoes usually start to collapse and look terrible by the time July rolls around, you need to watch this next video right here. I'm going to show you the exact early warning sensor readings I look for before a plant ever shows a single wilted leaf, so you can save your harvest before the damage is done. Click right here and I'll see you there.